Well, here it is. In a couple of weeks or so, my 80th birthday will be coming up. And kind of makes you reflective, you know. In the beginning, I didn't want to say anything at all, but and just treat it as another day. But then I thought, no, I've got to flog what I can out of it to get as much money to keep some of these programs here going. So I'm going to have event after event after event, right? But that's okay. That's okay. I'll survive that. But when I look at the world 50, 60 years ago, there was a genuine belief that we were on the cusp of making the world a better place. Like, that's what stirred me to make this world a better place. 50 odd years later, I think, have we really done it? Are things any better? This is 2024, and I can't think of a time, probably since just before World War II, that things were as bad. Anxiety has gone through the roof. Drug addiction, homelessness, domestic violence. I was just talking to a police commander the other day, and all they deal with in their command is domestic violence. Just takes over everything. So, relationships are under threat. The financial system's under threat. Everything seems to be under threat. And I think, have I contributed to that? Have I contributed to a better world or not? And I think, well, maybe, hopefully, I haven't done any harm. Hopefully. That's probably the best you can think for. Have we done any harm? And I've been thinking, particularly now, about religion. And it came to me a while ago that when Jesus was talking about my kingdom's not of this world, he wasn't talking about up there. He was really talking about a new way of seeing down here. This world down here, that we could see a new way. And luckily, I've seen that way. I sat with Father Bob one day and he said, Bill, we've been to the mountaintop. And I didn't quite get what he meant because I hadn't seen what I've seen now. And what I've seen now is that if you look, you got to look and you got to listen. And if you look and you listen, you see the shoots of change happening everywhere. You know, you look at the people who come here, the volunteers who come here. When I started here in Ashfield 30 years ago, they were mainly old white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Now they're a whole multicultural group of people. There's people from every nation on earth working here, volunteering here. It's like the ABC presenters. They're all different, all different, all different. Young, you know, if you look, you see it. The other thing I found, like every now and then, we teeter on the brink of financial catastrophe. We do. And then the phone rings and the money comes because we spend it. That's why, because we spend it. We don't put it in the bank and say, we'll save it for a rainy day because the rain's pouring down now. Comes now. Comes now. And I've seen that. I've seen the people come here who are in the depths of nowhere, you know, in that awful, awful, awful place where things are really bad and there's nowhere to go. And I've seen them pour out their hearts to somebody and change. Their whole world has changed. They come back later and they say, thank you. That's the real world. That's the world every now and then I forget because you get hit by the waves of misery. But look deeper, just look deeper, and you'll see everywhere you look, you'll see shoots of change. And that's what I saw, 50, 60 years ago. Shoots of change. And I'm miserable here because the shoots are still happening. But maybe that's all there is. Maybe that's what Jesus was talking about. Look and hear, and you see a whole new world. And you see a whole new world of possibilities. A whole new world of possibilities. And what I hope with this video is you will see that and carry that on, so that what I saw 50 years ago, you see today, and someone else will see in 50 years' time. Then my life, to me, will have been worthwhile.